Shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakat Kodash. I want to give double honors to the apostle, elders, and bishop of Great Millstone that rule well. And peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren preaching his word in all sincerity and in truth. Peace and blessings to all of you sincere Akim. All you Israelites scattered throughout the four corners of the earth that may look like the other nations, but your spirit is knit with this gospel and with this word, shalom. And to the few Akwaf that listen and subscribe to this word, shalom. That's the brother Dama Agabar out here with another live lesson. Come out here week in and week out, as we usually do, to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, aka America, which is totally on its way out. And as you brothers know, each and every day is another day closer to prophecy being fulfilled, another day closer to the return of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai, the end of this captivity, the end of all this hell, wickedness, unrighteousness, and we're no longer going to have to, serve ourselves to our enemies, mainly dealing with Esau, Edom, which is the so-called white man today. And we're living in very beautiful times, especially if you're in the spirit, especially if you're standing upon your watch. You're seeing all the things that are taking place all around the planet Earth, man. Hey, it's great signs for the elect and the true believers of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. All right, we're close to getting out of here. We're close to our salvation. We're close to, reaching the ultimate goal. Lord willing, we're part of the elect, which is to receive salvation and to be taken up into the chariots, via the nuclear destruction of Babylon the Great. All right, and all the signs are pointing towards, leading towards prophecy are jumping off the page right now, and we're living in times where it's about to be very difficult out here, to where everybody's everyday living is about to be drastically changed, because most majority of our people are not really paying attention to what's really happening around the world. They just caught up in doing their daily business, going to work, partying, bullshitting, chasing the bag, doing these stupid podcasts, just caught up with their worldly affairs, and they're not really focusing on the prophecies that are taking place and the difficult times which is about to hit this society, man. And that's the last thing on the majority of our people's mind. But that's why when it happens, it's going to catch them totally off guard, man. And they're not going to be prepared. They're not going to have any answers. They're not going to know what to do. And the majority of them are going to run to Esau. They're going to run to FEMA, thinking that he's going to assist them and provide them with the answers and the protection that they need. But really what he's going to do is, deceive them into making the biggest mistake of their lives, which is accepting the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast. All right? Because we're living in the times now to where any day martial law can be implemented. You see the crisis that's happening over there on the border right now, and people, they ain't even paying attention to that, man. They thinking, oh, it ain't happening here in California, it ain't happening over here in New Hampshire, it ain't happening. Hey, but it is happening, There's millions upon people crossing the border right now, totally unchecked, man. You literally got terrorists crossing the border right now with big plans, man. That the sleeper cells, individuals who got orders that they're waiting to be told to execute here in this society, man. You're about to see all type of terrorist attacks, shit blowing up, cyber attacks, martial law, people invading one another. All hell's about to break loose in this society, and the majority of our people are not even aware of it, man. If you ask them particular questions about certain current events that are happening around the world, they'll have no clue. They'll be like, I don't know, I ain't hear about it, I don't know about it, because they ain't paying attention to anything, man. All right, the average Negro, Latino, and Native American, the only thing on their mind is bullshit, man. BS, man. The last thing on their mind is repenting, returning to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and trying to find salvation for their souls, man. They all caught up in everyday regular nigga shit, man. Nigga news, world star hip hop, going live, chasing the bag, trying to trend, trying to be trending, trying to be a trending topic, man. They ain't thinking about Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. That's why when the Lord comes, they're gonna be destroyed here, man. And we ain't gonna feel sorry for them, because they don't give a fuck about Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Therefore, hey, the Lord don't give a fuck about them. It's gonna be an even exchange here, man. Because Jake is just, hey, I'm just get tired of 2/3, man. Because they ain't about shit. They ain't about shit. They ain't about nothing righteous. They ain't seeking after righteousness. They ain't even trying to acknowledge righteousness, man. They just want to do what they do. And guess what? They're going to do what they do until they're destroyed, man. All right? And, I've been in the spirit heavy lately, on some F to 2/3 type shit, man. Because if they ain't down with Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, man, then guess what? You're an enemy, man. And 2/3 of these Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, They're all enemies of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, man. They're all wicked. They're all evil. Matter of fact, let me get this. I did a lesson on this yesterday. Then I'm gonna get to the point I want to get into, man. Let me get this real fast, man. Let me get this. This is Romans chapter 1 and 23. It says, let me read up a little bit. I'll get it here. Romans 1 and 21. It says, because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish heart was darkened. And this is the spirit that the majority of our people are on, man. Now, when you read this, it was dealing with Jake during the time of the Roman Empire, but it's the same spirits are all back here in this time right now, under that same vibration, following after that same spirit, man. It says, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man, and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore the Most High also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. And that happened amongst our people. A lot of these jakes out here are momos. They're bisexual, man. You know, they're pansexual. They're all type of freaks and weirdos here in Babylon the Great. Because you got that same spirit and vibration. Jake was under that same spirit in the Roman Empire. And this is the modern day Roman Empire, but 100 times worse, 100 times more corrupted, 100 times more defiled, man. And our people are all in that same spirit right now, man. That's why 2/3 of these niggas are gonna have to die. They're gonna be nuclear annihilated here in Babylon the Great, man. That's even if they make it to the final judgment, which is the missiles, man. A lot of these Jakes are gonna die during this time of Jacob's trouble, man. Which I'm gonna get into that. Jacob's trouble, that situation that's happening there over the border. Like I said, all type of maniacs and murderers and cartel people are crossing that border, man. And eventually they're gonna get the green light to inflict a lot of damage, man. The Lord's going to use them, a lot of them crazy characters crossing the border to judge 2/3 of you Jakes out here, man, for your wickedness and your disobedience and your pride. It says, what was that? It says, what was that? Yeah, wherefore I read that. It says, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who was blessed forever. Amen. And that's the majority of our people. They don't worship Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. A lot of these Jakes out here worship entertainers, actors, you know, YouTube influencers, you know, the people of this world. That's who they ultimately idolize and they worship, and they've become their gods, man. You literally got Jake out here who idolize their favorite rappers. They'll do their hair like them. They'll dress like them. They'll act like them. They'll get the same tattoos like them. They'll live after the philosophies and the shit that they say in their raps. You see, you know, our people are totally bugged out, man. All right, and they've gone after all of these different idols, and that's why our people are so bugged out, man. And look at them now. Now they're all freaked out. They're all a bunch of just freaks and just nasty MFs, man. They into any and everything. Like I said, Jake ain't. Not only are Jake lesbian and bisexuals, they're pansexuals, man. Hey, they're down to try anything once. And I was reading an article where it said like 30 to 40% of these Gen Z so-called adults, they all identify as queer, man. So they're all bugged out, man. They're all drunken off of the philosophies and the ways of this world, man. And they really have no excuse because the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and the prophets is alive and is well. And we're out here prophesying and we're speaking the truth, man. We're ultimately proclaiming what's the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and to this whole planet Earth, man. All right? The Lord has pulled back the curtain and he's exposing all of this wickedness, man. And we're out here telling you literally what wickedness and what sin falls under. So you don't have any excuse anymore. But the majority of our people, they don't want to get right. They don't want to serve and obey and humble themselves towards Yahweh Shem Yahushua and in truth and sincerity, or to seek after the old paths wherein is the good one. In this wicked, treacherous path here in Babylon. have decided to walk after. It says, wherefore the Most High gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie, and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who was blessed forever. Amen. For this cause the Most High gave them up unto vile affections. And that's what the majority of our people are under. Vile affections. Look at that word for vile, man. A lot of these jakes, they are vile, man. In their way of thinking, the way that they act, the way that they conduct themselves, the things that they worship, you know, their everyday lives, their conversation, it's all vile, man. All right, and the word vile in the Greek is atima. Atima, it says to dishonor. Ignominy, to disgrace, dishonor, shame. Yeah, people are shameful, man. You know, they're shameful. You know, they're shameless to say, because they ain't got no shame. You know, like we've been saying for the last few weeks, wickedness has become so mainstream and so normalized that Jake ain't even ashamed to sin anymore. That's the way to go. It's like now, if you ain't walking in a negative, vile, corrupted, wicked way, Jake look at you funny, man. All right? Because it has been so normalized, Jake has been so desensitized to wickedness. It's just an everyday, natural way of life. It's a huge part of black culture, which when you come into this truth, and you come back to being an Israelite, and you know who you truly are according to the Bible, hey, you cast away all of those works of darkness, man. You look at that, hey, you think about how you used to live before you came into this truth. You know, you feel like shit. You feel ashamed, man. You feel shame. You feel dishonored. You feel, you know, horrible for what you have done and the way that you was living, knowing, you know, when you come into this truth, knowing that you're a son of the Most High, Yasha Allah, a prince of the power, you know, seeing how you was once living, hey, you feel ashamed and you feel dirty, man. And you don't never want to go back to living that type of shameful and disgraced and dishonorable life, man. But to the majority of our people out here, hey, that's living. That's what they are. That's their culture, man. And that's why, you know, hey, if they don't discontinue from that, hey, the Lord going to discontinue their spirit from their bodies, man. All right. And the Strong's definition that says disgrace, dishonor, shameful, vile, man. See, hey, and that's why the majority of our people are so bugged out, man. Because ultimately the Lord has given them over into that vile affections. That's why Jake are in that type of spirit. Because ultimately the Lord has them in that spirit, man. And ultimately he don't want them to shake or to come out of that spirit. That's why they're part of what we call the 2/3 club. All right? Here it is. We're out here shining this glorious gospel. We're out here risking our lives and freedoms more so than ever. Shout out to Elder Malcolm to come out here and to preach and to give our people this word, but they refuse, man. They don't want to change because their deeds are evil and they don't want to be reproved and they don't want to be corrected. They want to live these shameful, vile, nasty lives. And guess what? They're going to die in it, man. So we understand why 2/3 of our people can't get it, but it still pisses you off, you know? You know, because, you know, we sincerely want shit. If we had it our way, we want all Jake to wake up and to come back to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. Face the east and acknowledge our sins and praise Yahweh Bashem Yahushai so that we can be taken out of this captivity. But, you know, that's not the way the Lord set it up. So we have to only be worried about those that be as such as ourselves. But it still vexes you and pisses you off to see 2/3 of our wicked ass people and just how unappreciative they are, man. You know, not seeing the great sacrifice that Yahushua made for us, the beating and the brutal judgment he had to take for us to be brought back to the Father, man. And Jake just look at it as if it wasn't nothing, man. And that's why, hey, they're gonna have to pay so violently, man. All right. It says and likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat. You know what that's talking about. All right? All of this moism, man. And Jake takes pride. That's why it's called the pride movement, man. Because they take pride in their open rebellion against Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. You see? And this society has made it to where they're patted on the back. You know, they got special rights. And they can be proud in being in that way, knowing that it's in direct disobedience to the Heavenly Father and the Creator of the universe, man. You see? But it's all good, though. You see? All that pride pretty soon is going to be all sucked out of this earth pretty soon when all this judgment and Jacob's trouble and all hell breaks loose here, man. It says, and even as they did not like to retain the Most High in their knowledge, the Most High gave them over to reprobate minds. And the word reprobate means to be void of judgment, man. And these Jakes are a bunch of goddamn reprobates, man. They don't know right from wrong, you know. Even if you do tell them, they just don't give a damn, man, because they're all like brute beasts in their thinking and in the ways that they live, man. They're really nothing but a bunch of goddamn wild animals out here, man. And you know what you do with a wild animal that is out of control, man. Eventually you gotta just lay it down and put it down. It says to do those things which are not convenient, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of the Most High, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventor of evil things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful. Goddamn. It says, which knowing the judgment of the Most High, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them, you see? And that's why such a great judgment is going to come down upon 2/3 of our people, man. Because all those things that I was naming, that's all these jakes out here who don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. That's the fashion and the spirit that they're in, man. Just a bunch of just all wickedness, man. Inventor of evil things. Here it is, Jay can think of 100 ways to do wickedness, man. You know, it's just nonstop. Like I said, just go on World Star Hip Hop. You know, look at these different sites where they show you the folly and the wickedness that Jake constantly promotes and uploads to the internet for fame and clout, man. It's nothing but pure, straight, unadulterated wickedness, man. But it is what it is, man. What made me go into that, I saw these wicked ass Jakes right here, man. Just 2/3 to the core, man. And it's funny, as soon as I started to preach this word, you know, they got the hell up out of here, man. You know, they lit their cigarettes, they smoked their weed, and they zipped on up out of here, man. You see? But, you know, you ain't got time for 2/3, man. 2/3 are going to get what a 2/3 deserves, man. Hey, we just worried about gathering and sealing up the elect, man. But anyways, let me get to some of this news, man, some of these articles. Because, hey, like we were saying, hey, you know, all things that are written as far as scriptures are concerned is about to come to pass. And let me get this precept first, then we'll read some of these articles. Just dealing with that whole situation over there on the border, man. The border shit is hot, man. And it's going to lead to civil war in this country right now. These people they ain't thinking about it, but hey, what's happening over there in Texas? All those different states, 14 different states are taking their certain, you know, National Guard and different servicemen over there to protect the border because it's literally getting out of control, man. This place is literally being invaded as I speak, man, with millions upon millions of undocumented, unvetted, unchecked invaders from all different parts of the country are coming into America, man. And this place is on, here it is, this place is suffering, it's on the downfall. People are struggling, inflation is going through the roof. The cost of houses are ridiculous. People are struggling every day to put food on the table to pay their bills. But but the Biden administration is sending trillions and billions of dollars over there to the Ukraine to fight a war that's not going to benefit this country in no way. All right, your taxpayer money is being sent overseas and to prop up countries that don't give a damn about you. And now they're bringing in millions upon migrants to come in here to freeload and to live off your taxpayer dollars while you still are getting stiffed and stuck with the bill with no change and no you know, upgrade to your social situations, man. And it's being done intentionally. So it shows you that this government don't give a damn about none of you people here, man. All right, they have an agenda to bring what they call a mass migration here into this country, which is called a cloud and pivot strategy, man. Because it's ultimately they're bringing in all these different migrants and all these different immigrants to ultimately totally destabilize this country, so that they can bring in this this great reset, man. So like this fucking fly, man. All right, but let me get this though. You know, and we've been warning, especially here at Great Millstone, for the longest, that that these things was going to happen, that Americans were going to be eventually evaded, that this economy was going to collapse, man, that they was going to bring in order out of chaos. All type of hell was going to take place here in this society, and now it's finally coming to pass, man. You see, and a lot of you scoffers and you mockers, a lot of you ain't really got shit to say anymore, man, especially when it comes to prophetic things that we've been saying. All right, and this is Ezekiel 12:22, son of man, what is that proverb that ye have in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged? And let me read this in the NLT. All right, this is Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 22 in the NLT. It says again, a new proverb for Israel. It says again, a message came to me from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, son of man. Ye have heard that proverb they quote in Israel, time passes and prophecies come to nothing. And that's the spirit of a lot of these jakes, man. Remember you had Nate talking about, it's June, ain't no microchip. Ain't no microchip. And you got a lot of these jakes out here say the same thing. Oh, man, it's not fucking Satan, man. You know, they'll tell you, oh, y'all been saying that. Y'all been saying that. Y'all say the same stuff. When y'all gonna say something new? When y'all gonna say something new? Well, we ain't got nothing new to say, man. All right? Because that's how prophecy works, man. You constantly speak prophecy until it comes to pass. And now, hey, scripture tell you, though it tarry, you wait for it, it shall surely come to pass, man. And now these things are coming to pass, and a lot of these jakes who were scoffing and mocking, a lot of you ain't got nothing really to say. A lot of you have disappeared. A lot of you have fell back into the shadows, man, because now you're shaking in your boots because you're seeing these things are starting to come to pass, man. And even a lot of guys that was in this truth that went back into the world, I know a lot of you are shaking in your boots, man, because you was once out here teaching these things and speaking about these prophecies, and you fell back into the world and started doing Lord knows what, and now you're seeing these things come to pass. So I know y'all shaking in y'all boots. I know y'all nervous, man. You see? Because the word of the Lord is, the prophecy is sure. It says, son of man, you, oh, sorry. Verse 22, it says, son of man, you heard that proverb they quote in Israel, time passes and prophecies come to nothing. Tell the people this is what the sovereign Yahweh says, I will put an end to this proverb and you will soon stop quoting it. Now give them this new proverb to replace the old one. The time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled, man. See? And these are the times that we're living in, the time for all prophecy to be fulfilled. And we're living in the time where the big main few prophecies are about to be fulfilled, man, which is the MOTB, which is already here, literally. You know, these devils just waiting for the right crisis and the right time to bring it out. Satan, man. Waiting for the right time, you know, they're waiting for the right time to spring it upon you people, man, and to, you know, implement it. But it's already here. The technology already exists. World War III, we're basically already in the Third World War. We just waiting for Israel to draw out Babylon, and for the least of the flock to draw Babylon, America over there into the Middle East, which you just had Israel saying that they're about to attack Iran, which we know when they attack Iran, that's when Russia is going to step in, and that's when, hey, that's when all the major superpowers are going to get involved in this war. You know, so everything is already lining up, man. You know. It's already. Oh, you even had the EU said the EU they're about to prepare a draft and have conscriptions because they're about to draft a lot of those Europeans into the Third World War with Russia, and they're already saying these things, man. You got a lot of military officials here in America saying prepare for World War III. So these things are already happening. They're already being, you know, the Lord is just going to move the right pieces at the right time to where this war is about to go nuclear, man. Fuck being hot, it's going to be nuclear. All right, and there's going to be a draft here in Babylon, man. A lot of you, you Gen Zers, a lot of you lousy, good for nothing, internet playing podcasts, you know, influencers. A lot of you Gen Zers and a lot of you bug out niggas out here, you're gonna get drafted in that war too. And a lot of you women are gonna get drafted into the war, man. Like I said, they're gonna put you on the front grind. They're gonna put you on the front line of the great meat grinder, which is about to happen in this Third World War, man. And all you Jake who got sons and daughters that's in the military right now, they ain't coming out. Once they get shipped over there to the Valley of Jehoshaphat, over there into the Middle East, so-called Middle East, they ain't coming back home, man. You might as well kiss their ass goodbye, man. Let me read that part again, man. It says, what was that? It says, tell the people, Ezekiel 12 and 23 in the NLT, it says, tell the people, this is what the sovereign Yahweh says, I will put an end to this proverb, and you will soon stop quoting it. Now give this new proverb to replace the old one. The time has come for every prophecy to be fulfilled. There will be no more false visions and flattering predictions in Israel. For I am Yahweh. If I say it, it will happen. See, and that's what our people don't understand, man. Well, everything that the Lord has said is going to happen, man. It's already been happening. And when the Lord told Moses he's going to flood the earth, did he not flood the earth, man? All right, when he told Israel, you're going to serve Nebuchadnezzar and the king of Babylon, didn't we go into captivity and serve Nebuchadnezzar? When he said the Greeks was going to come, when he said the Romans on our asses, and when he sent Esau here to snatch us up from the west coast of Africa and them stinking shitty slave ships, didn't that not come to pass, man? Didn't the Lord say that he was going to raise his prophets up in the last days who was going to stand upon our feet? Did that come to pass, man? And now we see the MOTB is already here, and we know that's going to come to pass, man. What the hell do you think the CBDC is all about? What you think they're meeting over there in Davos for? Then we tell you that that third woe was going to come, and look, we're already in the midst of the third world's woe, man. So everything that the Most High said will come to pass, man. And you can bet, you can put all your chips on that one, man. And that's what we're out here to tell you, man. And so we're out here to prophesy and to speak unto you, man. So when we're telling you that it's about to be all hell's about to break loose and Jacob's trouble is here, you better take heed to the prophets, man. Because we ain't out here just speaking for our health. We're telling you what the Lord is telling you. You know, we're speaking what the Lord told us to tell you, man. It says, there will be no more false visions and flattering predictions in Israel. For I am Yahweh. If I say it, it will happen. There will be no more delays, you rebels of Israel. And that's what 2/3 of our people are, rebels, man. You're always fighting and bucking up against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, mainly through his prophets and his men. All right? Because you think you're fighting against us. You think you're scoffing against his men. But really, you're fighting against Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man. And you're going to lose every time. It says, you rebels of Israel, I will fulfill my threat of destruction in your own lifetime. That's Jake say, well, I believe that's going to happen, but not in my lifetime. Well, bullshit. Hey, what we speak, the Jacob's trouble, the MOTB, this Third World War, all right, the nuclear annihilation is going to happen in our lifetime, man. Shit, Lord willing, by the end of this year, maybe the beginning of next year, man. The sooner the better. But it says it's going to happen in your lifetime. I, the sovereign Yahweh, have spoken it, man. Point blank, period, man. Take that to the bank, all right? And we see all these signs coming. We see all these things getting ready to happen, man. All right? Just like we see this this great civil war is about to happen, man. So let me dig into some of that, man. All right. What's this one? Oh, I'll read that one later. Look at this. Here we go. It says, this is from Zero Hedge. It says, cultural replacement while the immigrant crisis is being deliberately engineered. Like I said, this is being done intentionally, man. All right? Because they're using all these migrants and these immigrants crossing the border to totally destabilize Babylon the Great, man. You know, they want to bring in all these migrants so they can fund them, give them free health care, free housing, free money, free welfare, you know, put them up while you average Americans are out here continuously suffering. You ain't getting no break, you ain't getting no ease, you ain't getting better jobs, you ain't getting no relief from your socioeconomic depletion. They're going to bring in all these migrants to totally destabilize and flip this shit upside down, man. And to cause civil war, to cause race riots, man. To cause food riots, all type of chaos they're going to use to destabilize this country. And it's all being done intentionally, man. And it's ultimately going to bring in civil war in this country. Like I say, that whole border situation with Texas and those other 14 states taking all of their servicemen to go and try to protect the border and defying the Biden administration and the Supreme Court, that's going to eventually lead to a civil war and you know, successionalism, Texas succeeding from the country, man. And that's why they got that movie Civil War coming out. Because we know a lot of that shit is all being orchestrated. It's all being planned because these elites are looking for these different states in Texas to react so that they could be justified in, you know, doing whatever they're going to do. Shit. And there's talks that they might just blow Biden's top off, man, which is going to ultimately bring more and more chaos and destabilization into this country. And that's what's going to usher in the time of Jacob's trouble, man, where all hell's going to break loose in this society, man, where you're going to have martial law, troops here on the streets, man. You're going to have Jakes out here fighting against these migrants. They're going to be using these Chinese, these Hamites, these Venezuelans, these Iranians, and different sleeper cells that are coming to this country to do particular things to cause more destabilization and more chaos, man. So you, Jake, better wake the hell up, man. When you caught up in all of your bullshit and chasing the bag and caught up in your daily life, hey, you better be returning and repenting and getting right with Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and getting your house in order before this time of Jacob's trouble come, because a lot of you Jakes are going to be slayed and destroyed in the midst of it, man. All right, this is there is absolutely no doubt elements of our own government are deliberately encouraging the acceleration of illegal migration across the southern border, and they are actively sabotaging any attempts to stop the madness, man. And if you ain't seen it, man, go look at some of those scenes, all those people coming across the border. It's absolutely fucking crazy, man. It's absolutely out of control, man. All right, and they can't keep. I think the border is like 2,000 something miles long where they can come in, and they're totally letting them just cross it, man. And, you know, it's crazy. Thousands and thousands and thousands a day, man. It's crazy, man. And they're coming from all over the planet. And a lot of these guys are sleeper cells. A lot of these guys are agents. A lot of these guys are military-age men that have been trained in these different in their different countries to come in and to do this shit with cell phones and debit cards, and they're waiting on phone calls from so-called powers that be to do particular things to cause further destabilization, man. You know, they might tell them one day, hey, go into this black neighborhood and just go in there and just blow up some shit, you know, to cause chaos, to cause fear. You know, we want you to run into this government building and do this, just so that they can bring more and more fear and chaos and more destabilization, man. See, so they can be justified in bringing in this NWO. It says there are two questions we need to ask. Why are they doing this, and what can be done to stop them? In a move that I think debunks any claim that the Biden administration wants a secure border, the federal government recently challenged Texas' efforts to install border fencing and barbed wire to prevent the massive influx of foreigners raiding the U.S. It says a majority of the Supreme Court has also taken Biden's side. We'll show you that the Supreme Court, they're all brought and paid for. All right? They're all stooges. You see? And that shows you that they don't care about protecting the border. Why the hell would the Supreme Court pass a law to let this country continue to be invaded on the border? Because they're doing it on purpose. They want to destabilize this place and bring in these migrants to bring further chaos and hell into the society. And you people ain't even aware of it, man. You just caught up in your daily life, going to work, worrying about what you got to do. Little do you know, this place is being literally invaded by millions upon foreigners, man. And guess what? They're going to move them and give them your jobs, man. They're going to give them free health care. They're going to give them all the things that you're begging and asking for nothing. And they're going to leave you out in the cold and shaft you, man. Which is going to what? Brew all that anger and that hatred. And it's going to cause the love of many to wax even colder and colder. And it's going to cause these people to be out here on complete demon time, as these niggas like to say. It says a majority of the Supreme Court has also taken Biden's side, forcing Texas Governor Abbott to declare the situation an invasion and that threatens the security of his state and America at large. This conflict is leading to a showdown between federal agencies and Texas. I would argue that it is a showdown that needs to happen. The sooner, the better, you see? And what is that going to lead to? A civil war, man. Further destabilization of this country. Let me get this Isaiah 19, which has been coming out a lot lately, you know? Because, hey, that's just the times that we're living in, man. And we've been out here prophesying and warning you, Jake, and telling you that these days was coming to get yourself right, man. You know? So these days don't catch you unawares or catch you off guard. All right? This is Isaiah chapter 19, verse 2. And I'll read that one. The burden of Egypt, which this Egypt is spiritually speaking about America, Babylon the Great, okay? It says, the burden of Egypt, behold, Yahweh rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. You know, this is speaking after the judgment. But before that, what's going to happen? It says, and I will set the Egyptians and against the Egyptians, and they shall fight every one against his brother, and every one against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And that's this civil war that's being brewed up, and that's being orchestrated by these elites to happen, man. It's going to be complete and utter chaos out here pretty soon, man. All right. It's going to be it's going to be Republican against Democrats. You're going to have blacks against whites. You know, poor against rich, lesbian against straight, trannies against normal people. It's just going to be utter chaos all throughout the society, man. The have versus the have-nots, man. You know, it's going to be more and more homelessness, more people out here in dire situations. It's just going to create that ultimate tension of just division, man. You know, utter and complete division is going to be happening in this country, man. And everybody's going to be picking and choosing sides, man. You're going to have a lot of these white boys going to have their militias. You're going to have Jake trying to link up and click up with one another. People are going to be fighting against the government. You're going to have these Jakes out here fighting against the migrants. Shit, you're going to have Americans trying to run over into the border to get the hell out of America when it gets so hot. They're going to be telling you, you can't come here. So it's just going to be all type of chaos, man. It's going to be the ultimate purge scenario here in Babylon the Great pretty soon, man. And it's all being orchestrated intentionally, man. It says, the expulsion of unwanted or destructive groups of people has been an emergency measure used by civilizations for thousands of years, you see? And that's part of that Calvin Piven strategy, man. But they ultimately just bring so many migrants and so many invaders into a country to where it totally just destabilizes it financially, you know, socially, You know, and over there in New York, man, hey, them migrants over there tearing up all type of shit, man. Chicago, a lot of them are out there. The crime is going up. They're stealing shit. They're just pissing and shitting all over the place. They brought in a lot of those migrants to like New York and Chicago. They don't have anywhere to place them. So there's certain parks where they just shitting in cups, pissing in bottles, leaving all their trash, you know, shitting wherever they can find. You know, it's gonna pretty much everywhere is gonna end up being like Portland. And if you don't know about Portland, man, Google what's happening over there in Portland right now. That's a goddamn literal third world shithole, man, where they made all drugs legal over there, and it's a huge homeless and degenerate issue over there, man. To the point to where it's so diseased and so fucked up over there that those people, it's a lot of diseases going on over there through feces, through fecal matter, man. And that's what's going to happen here, wherever they're going to release all these fucking migrants and just let them just run them up. It's going to be complete chaos, man. You know, where people ain't going to, you know, it's just going to be crazy, man. It says the culture that don't protect their own gates end up being erased or absorbed into a completely different population that may not hold the same values and principles. That's what's happening. Like I said, a lot of those people coming from those third worlds over here, they don't have the same etiquette or the same mind frame as the American people here. Even though people here in America and Babylon are bugged out, those people are coming over here from third world mind frames, man. You know? So Jay gonna look at them like, what the hell? Well, who's bringing these animals over here, man? They're totally uncouth. Like I said, a lot of those dudes crossing the borders are rapists, murderers. A lot of those dudes are being released out of Venezuelan and hardcore prisons in the third world over here into this country. Hey, and they don't give a shit. A lot of them are rapists, man. Violated, known rapists, murderers, killers, thieves. And they're going to be released here in America. It's going to be like Fort Knox, man, especially when all hell breaks loose. And they're going to have the green light to just survive by any means. It's going to be a whole lot of graping and a whole lot of graping going on here. A lot of death, a lot of thievery, a lot of murdering, man. You know? And that's going to be the time of Jacob's trouble, man. Because a lot of those migrants, especially those out of 12 tribes, they're coming here either to be part of the elect or they're coming here to be judged and destroyed. And the majority of them are coming here to be judged and destroyed, man. It said the majority of nations on the planet today have strict immigration rules, yet America and the EU are the only regions attacked for wanting to limit the flow of illegals. And why is that? The open border propaganda common to the corporate media and Hollywood movie is part of a larger establishment agenda that has been active for many years in the U.S., but it has been accelerating since 2021. Look, like we said, I was reading earlier. In Ezekiel 12, man, this is the time for all prophecy to be fulfilled. You see? It says, the Biden administration in particular has overseen the largest spike in illegal migration in U.S. history with over 300,000 border violations in December alone that we know of. To put this in perspective, that's the equivalent of a city the size of Pittsburgh moving across the U.S. border and demanding welfare, subsidies, housings, jobs, free food, etc. every single month. And where does that leave you, average Americans that need those subsidies, man? Out in the effing cold, man. Because that's part of the destabilization, man. All right? They want to do it to where the government will be overwhelmed. All of the government funding and funds is going to be depleted. And it's just going to cause this place to go belly up, man. Which that's the agenda of these elites anyway, to bring in this new world order. But first they have to destabilize this, they have to get rid of the American system, democracy, the Bill of Rights, your right to bear arms. They got to get rid of all of that shit to bring in this NWO. And they're going to do that by means of bringing total and complete anarchy and chaos here to Babylon the Great, man. It says this is unsustainable and the establishment knows it. In fact, Biden has actively tried to hide the crisis from the view of the American people for years, denying that there is any threat and claiming that the border is more rigid today than ever before. See? Yeah, it says now, so hey, this is going to bring a national emergency. And this is going to bring what? And I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. This is going to bring that civil war, man, which is all part of that destabilization agenda, man. All right? And that's going to bring in what we call Jacob's trouble. It says, and the spirit of Egypt shall fall in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof. See, it's going to be so destabilized that they're not going to have any answers, man. The mayors, the governors, the Supreme Court, they ain't going to be able to handle the situation that they're going to allow to intentionally happen, to where it's going to be no counsel. Everything is just going to go to shit, man. It's going to be martial law, chaos, sedition, uprisings, you know, people invading one another, man. The course of people's actions are going to stand in their own hand, which I'm going to read in 2nd Ezra, man. That's where things is headed, and that's the prophecy that the Lord is out here having us telling you it's about to take place. It says, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, And they shall seek to the idols and to the charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. See? That's what's going to, because like I said, if you ain't got the faith, if you ain't got Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, with you, man, hey, you're going to be out here totally confused and totally lost, man. And you're not going to know what to do. All right? Let's get this Matthew 12 and 25, man. So, hey, everything that the Bible is saying is to happen is all coming to pass, man. Everything that we've been warning about is coming to pass, man. You see? This is Matthew chapter 12, verse 25. It says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. You see? And that's what they're intentionally doing. Intentionally bringing destabilization and mass migration, here into Babylon the Great, so that the America as you know it can be divided. You see, they came up with that movie, Leave the World Behind. It's not a coincidence, man. They're telling you right there, leave this world behind, this America that you know is not going to be here no more. And remember in that movie, they was being invaded by who? They didn't know who they was being invaded by. They remember they was dropping those little pamphlets that they had the Arabic, and Kevin Bacon character said, well, America has made a lot of enemy over the years, man. And it didn't show you exactly who was causing the issues, but we know it was a bunch of foreign nations, man, which they're being let into the country even as we speak, man. You see? And ain't no telling what the hell they're coming over the border with, man. You think it's just people. Hey, they probably got all type of, this cut is so wicked, man. They probably got stash houses and drones stored somewhere to where these Arabs who know how to use that technology, who've been trained to use these different, war installation weapons, whether it be drones, tanks, fighter jets. They probably already been trained to do that shit, and they're gonna give them a key location to randomly just find a storehouse full of these weaponry, and they're gonna go in there. Next thing you know, they're gonna be flying with a damn fucking F-34 or whatever those planes call all of a sudden, and go blow up some shit in DC somewhere, or drop a goddamn pocket nuke somewhere, man. You see, and all these things are going to be on the table, which is going to cause mass confusion, mass destruction, and the desolation of the society as we know it. It says, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How then shall his kingdom stand? You see, and that's what these elites are trying to do. Destabilize and destroy this America system as you know it, man. You see? And that's what this is all about, man. That's what bringing all these migrants is all about. You see? These elites have a plan, man. Let's get that in the NLT. So that's why you got to be paying attention to what the hell's going on out here, man. This is Matthew 12 and 25 in the NLT. It says, Yahushua knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. You see? And that movie's coming out next month, in March, 2 months, called Civil War, man. And it shows you that Texas seceded from the United States. And what did it bring? Civil war. They was firing upon their own citizens, man. And that's what you see. What's going to lead up to what's happening over there on the border, man. All these different states defying the Supreme Court. They're defying the Biden administration, and they're upholding their constitutional rights, man. Because the Biden administration, they just off the chain. Them niggas just doing all type of wickedness, man. They're totally violating all type of codes and violating the civil, the Constitution and how things should go. They're just acting like they're out of control, man. But Texas, according to the Constitution, they do have the right to do what they're doing. Which, that's all being used because they really just want they want a reaction. They want some shots to be fired. They want, one of those members of the state to shoot one of those, what do you call them damn people, man? One of those National Guard members to shoot another American so they can get shit popping, man. Then you're going to have the feds fighting against the military, to get shit popping, man. And don't be surprised if they're going to get one of these sellouts or one of these, they're going to stage it, get one of these, get one of their goons to go in there to shoot off a shot or to get the feds fighting against those National Guardsmen to get that shit popping, which is going to create a civil war. And that's how it happened before. So it said, Yahushua knew their thoughts and replied, any kingdom divided by civil war is doomed. A town or family splintered by feuding will fall apart. And if Satan is casting out Satan, he is divided and fighting against himself. His own kingdom will not survive, you see? And that's what we see taking place right now. You see? That's what we see, man. Let me go back over here. So hey, we living in some beautiful times, man. Some very beautiful times as far as prophecy is concerned, you see? And all these things are working towards the fall of Babylon and the rising up in our glorification. All right, look at this. It says, investigator, red alert, investigative journalist Michael Yon, and look him up. He's always over there on the border. He got all the info, all the dirt that's going on over there. It says, Michael Yon warns of Texas border false flag. You see, like I said, they're going to do some type of false flag, man, which is going to lead to further civil unrest and this country being more and more divided, man, and this place to utterly fulfill prophecy. It says, Michael Yon has issues an emergency warning to those American and Texan patriots who wish to actively help protect the southern border. And he says, be prepared for a false flag, man. That is definitely on the ticket, and they're definitely going to use it to bring in their agenda, man. See? Look at this one. It says, this is a fight for the future of America. Texas governor tells Tucker he's prepared for conflicts with the feds. See? This is going to bring more and more civil war, man. And they're going to let some shit happen to where it's going to cause conflict, man. Like I said, they're going to let some type of shot fire off or some type of shit happen to where it's going to be infighting amongst, factions within the America. Democrats versus the Republicans. Texas versus the Biden administration. The Biden's going to have to bring in the military to come up against the National Guard in those other 14 states, you see? You see, it says Texas governor has indicated he will stand his ground against the Biden administration, telling Tucker he's prepared to put up a fight over his state's rights to defend his border, you see? Civil war, man. Yep. Look at it. It says, Governor Greg Abbott says 10 other states have sent National Guards to the Texas border and others will follow. Abbott says he is prepared for a conflict with the federal authorities, see? He's going to have the National Guard against the Fed. And the Fed, they're going to bring in eventually the military, the Army, the Navy to come in and try to combat, the National Guard. And, what's going to happen then, man. It's going to get more and more chaotic, you see? It says, for one, as you might imagine, we are prepared in the event that the unlikely does occur to make sure that we will be able to continue exactly what we've been doing over the past month, and that this is building these barriers, and whether it be the concertina wire or other anti-climbing border barriers, whatever we've been building, the Biden administration is not trying to attack us because of it, and we will continue to do exactly what we're doing, blah, 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 man. See? And this is all going to lead to more and more chaos and more conflict in this society, man. So people better buckle up and get ready, man, because this is going to be some crazy times, man. Some very crazy times. All right. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse. I'll start at I'll start at 10. It says I'll start at 7. It says, therefore saith the Lord. Let me read up, shit. Well, I'll start at 1. This is 2nd Ezra 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. That's talking about the scriptures. And this is where the prophecy of the Most High is contained. You see? This is how we know what's going to happen before it even happens. It's all prophetically, it's all prophecy. It says, it says, fear not the imagination against thee, and let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee. Because a lot of people will speak out against what we say. Why would you say that? God should bless America. You should want this place to go on. Well, we don't want this place to go on because that's not the will of the Lord, man. The Lord has bigger and better plans for this earth. And it's not this situation that we're in right now, right? Like the scripture tell you, Babylon the Lord would have healed Babylon, but this place is not going to be healed, man. This place has a whole lot of sins to pay for, and a lot of wickedness and blood that's been shed on this place, man. Look, this is not the kingdom of heaven. This is not a righteous society. This is not prophesied to go on forever, man. This is just a minor detour, and we're at the end of this stop and this captivity and this wickedness that's going on in this place, man. The Lord has a better and righteous and more noble kingdom, which is going to be established right after this one. It says, behold, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. You see? So this is all the will of the Lord. These things must needs come here because it's going to serve a purpose at the end of the day. All right? It says, For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. And who's at the forefront of the wickedness of this earth? Is Babylon the Great, America, Esau, man. He's at the forefront. He's at the front of all of this wickedness that is taking place on this earth, man. You know, all the wars, all these wars, you know, have been caused by the man himself, Esau Edom, man. These elites, these international bankers, man. All these wars are their wars. All destabilization, all coups, all, you know, genocides, wickedness, famines. A lot of these things have been caused by Esau Edom and his wicked policy and his foreign policies, man, and his military, and his thievery and his corruption and his lust for destruction, man. All right, for his covetousness, man. Scriptures tell you that he never keepeth at home. His desire is as hell and cannot be satisfied, man. And that's the problem with the whole planet Earth. You know, this is damn devil Esau. It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. And that's the elect, man. The prophets, we're out here crying continually, man, praying for the Lord to come back, to end this, to get us out of this situation, man, to bring his righteousness and to bring you know, Yahweh Shai back, to establish the righteous kingdom and government, and to root the cancer and the wickedness out of this earth. And therefore, saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. It says, behold, my people was led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, because we're about to be ultimately delivered out of this spiritual Egypt, aka America. All right? It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy all the land thereof. You see, so this place is about to be smited with a bunch of plagues, man. And we know about the plagues of ancient Egypt, but the Lord's going to bring those plagues here to modern day Egypt with some more with some more newer plagues, man. Like I said, that whole situation with this invasion is part of those plagues, man. And you don't even know what type of sicknesses those people are bringing over into this country, man. Ain't no telling what these devils are injecting people with to bring it over here to cause more pestilences and sicknesses. Shit, they probably pumping some of those people crossing the border with that disease 10, if you know what I'm talking about, man. Just, you know, and you know, pumping them full of that and bringing them over here and letting them just mingle and move from place to place and spread it slowly, little by little, until eventually you're gonna have another pandemic on your hand, man. You see, and we know famine is coming. You know, it says where was I? It says Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. So this place has punishment coming up to it, man. And it's all justified and it's all righteously going to be issued, man. And we've been out here prophesying and warning you about it. It says, they that till, let me get to the point. It says, I'll read it. It says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting in hell, and with a fearful constellation. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. You see, that's going back to that civil war. That's what's about to take place with the situation that's happening over there on the border, man. It's going to get more and more out of control. They're not going to put a lid on it. They're not going to stop it, because that's part of the agenda, to bring more destabilization, man. They did the same thing over there in Europe, man. If you go and look up different countries in Europe, they've been massively invaded by migrants. People from the Middle East, coming from war-torn countries over there, all up in London, you know, stabbing motherfuckers up, living there for years, getting welfare, just being a shit stain on the society over there, not working, you know, just hanging out, doing nothing, getting welfare, you know, just stinking up the place, causing that country to be destabilized, man. France is like that. France is totally infested with those Middle Eastern migrants who are stinking up the place, man. You can't even, people don't even go over there to go on tourism anymore, because those migrants just be out there, just out there, man, just, you know, stinking up the place. And they're gonna do the same shit here. It's the same agenda, man. All right. It says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. See, like I said, a lot of those migrants coming over here, hey, they're gonna be invading a lot of you American people, especially when, you know, they come to the realization that they were pawns and being used to just come here. You know, when they run out of free healthcare, when the subsidies that they were receiving to keep them up, to prop them up for a little while, don't work no more. All right, when they tell them, look, you can't live in that government issue apartment we gave you anymore. When the debit card don't swipe, when the Obama phone they gave them don't work no more. Hey, they're gonna be out here going in, man. Remember, they coming from third world situations, man. They ain't nothing for them to rob and kill and steal and kill somebody or to grape, you know, indiscriminately, man. That's how bad it's gonna literally be out here, man. And if you don't have the protection of Yahweh Shem Yahushua with you in that day, man, it's gonna be a sad story, man. You're going to fall victim to these different plagues and pestilences and all of these situations that's going to be taking place out here. It says, for there shall be sedition among men. And sedition means the uprising against the government. Well, what you see happening right now with Texas and those 10 different states rising up against the feds and the Biden administration, they're being seditious right now, man, because they're going against the order of the president to fulfill their constitutional rights, man. So you have sedition right now taking place on the Texas border as we speak in those 10 other states, man. All right, let me see if I can find that real fast. Where is it? See, it says, Biden, has refused to ever respond. We laid down the precursors of what's called Article 4, Section 4 of the United States Constitution to show that we have been invaded, and we have demanded support from the president to safeguard our state, and they have refused to do so 8 times. And that authorized me to declare invasion under Article 1, Section 10 of the Constitution to make sure that Texas is going to be able to use every tool in our arsenal to defend our state. You see, they're doing what you call they're acting in a form of sedition. All right, let me do this real fast. Let's look at this word sedition. It says conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or monarch. And that's what Abbott is doing, you know, with what he's doing. He's causing these different states to rebel against, you know, the powers that be, against the Biden administration's, lack of upholding the Constitution. You see? Abbott also said he believed numerous states would send their National Guard forces to aid Texas, characterizing the skirmish as a fight for the future of America. See, I'll be shocked and disappointed if almost all of them do not send. There have been about 10 so far that have sent National Guard or other law enforcement. They are now joined together with us. And you're going to have a lot of citizens go over there and join forces with that, man. You're going to have a lot of Texans and people from different countries who love America and who wants to defend their Constitution. They're going to take it upon themselves, free of charge, to take up arms and to go over there and to defend this country from being invaded, man. It's only going to escalate more and more, man. You know, eventually, you know, the government might start deeming anybody that's taking part of that as treasonous. You know, they need to be arrested. We're going to do this, and then they're going to have to defend that and fight, and it's going to explode. It's going to be all over the country, man. You see, and this all works in the favor and prophecy, in our favor, man, because it's all geared towards prophecy and us getting the hell up out of here, man. It says, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power, you see? And that's what Abbott is doing, man. And like I said, eventually it's going to become more and more on an everyday, like on a every single citizen situation, man. That's how bad it's going to get out here, to where eventually everybody's going to be rising up against this government. You're going to see another January 6th type situation happen, man. But this time, people are going to be taking it to them. They're going to be live rounds being shot. It's going to be boots on the ground. It's going to be militias and, you know, tanks and all type of shit. You know, that's why we got to watch that movie Civil War when it comes out, man. Because a lot of this is already slated to happen, and a lot of it is being orchestrated by the powers that be. But it's all in the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because prophetically we know why it's ultimately happening. It says, the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. See, when it gets to the heat of it, to the hotter, when it gets real hot, and it turns into Jacob's trouble, when all hell is breaking loose out here, it's going to be every man and woman for themselves. You're not going to have, you know, access to You know, 911 is going to be shut off. You know, it's going to be power outages. You know, electricity might be out. People are going to be out here living like you see in these different movies, man. It's going to be like The Road out here, you know, or The Purge. You know, it's going to be every man for himself, and people ain't going to be out here taking orders from the government, from the powers that be. You know, people are going to be doing whatever, you know, they deem they need to do, and that's right. So, see? It says, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. You see? It's going to just bring in all these different things, man. Like I said, it's going to be totally chaotic out here, man. People are going to be very cautious and leaving their houses and just going places. There's going to be so much chaos and so much turmoil. You ain't going to know what the hell is going to be. You know, it's going to be so unsafe to go particular places. You're going to have to be on edge, man. A lot of people are just not going to want to take that risk. You know, these stores are going to be closed. Trucks are not going to be bringing in food. You know, you're going to have World War III going on. This country's going to be invaded. It's going to be all type of shit happening out here, man. All right? And it's going to be complete and utter chaos, man. It's not going to be no more good times, man. You know? It's going to be the time of Jacob's trouble, and only the elect of the nation of Israel is going to be saved out of it, man. And all you Jake that have been scoffing and mocking and talking shit on the comment board, coming up against the prophets and the men of the Lord, hey, you're going to be crying like bitches in that day, man. All right? You're going to want to get right. You're going to want to repent. You're going to try to call on the name of the Most High, but he's not going to hear you. All right? It's going to be too late for you out here, all right? And all this partying and bullshit in this America as you know it is going to cease. This is Isaiah chapter 24. I'll start at 7. It says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. You see, this happened before. It's going to happen again, man. When the Lord brings his judgment upon this place and upon you Israelites, man, they all, like I said, right now, all the partying and the bullshit is all going to cease. Because right now, you know, Jake still can go out. Tonight's Friday. Jake going to be going out and partying and drinking, committing adultery, being wicked, smoking weed, doing what niggas do on a Friday night, going to the club, going to the bar hopping, you know, hooking up with they sneaky links, doing all type of bullshit. But eventually it's going to get to the point it's going to be so bad out here that all that shit is going to cease, man. Everything is going to be shut down and locked down again, man. It says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the heart ceases. There ain't going to be no partying out here, you know, pretty soon. It's going to be a serious and difficult times out here, man. To where you're going to need faith and good works towards Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua to make it and to be delivered out of these times that are coming, man. You see, but like I said, but that's the last thing on our people's mind, man. They ain't really thinking about, you know, the bad times that are coming, because Jacob's always caught up in the, caught up in the moment. Let me see if I can find this real quick. Here we go. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, verse 22. It says, Ecclesiasticus 11 and 25. It says, I'll start out here. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, verse 22. The blessing of the Lord is in the reward of the godly, and suddenly he maketh his blessings flourish. And what's going to be a huge blessing for the elect is salvation and protection and food and water during the time of famine and drought, and protection during the time of evil, man. See, but Jake ain't thinking about, they don't think that way. Jake is just thinking about the here and now. They're just thinking about the fun times. They ain't thinking about down the road, what's going to happen eventually when things are bad are happening. You know, Jake is a very carnal individual, man. He can only see here. He's only worried about the here and now, what he can see and touch and have. It says, say not, what profit is there of my service, and what good things shall I have hereafter? Again, say not, I have enough and possess many things, and what evil shall I have hereafter? Here's the point. In the day of prosperity, there is a forgetfulness of affliction, and that's the spirit that Jake is in. All right? Right now, they're having a little bit of prosperity. I mean, they think they have prosperity. You know, they're still living in America. They can still go as they please and do as they please. And, you know, like I say, you know, party, bullshit, smoke their little weed, go to the dispensary. They commit adultery. They can talk shit. They can go online and pop bottles, whatever. But they ain't thinking about the latter end. They ain't thinking about the times of adversity, because they're in a time of prosperity right now, man. Scriptures tell you it's better to be in the house of mourning than to be in the house of mirth, man. It says, and in the day of affliction, there is no more remembrance of prosperity, you see? And that's where a lot of Jacob find themselves at when all hell breaks loose, man. That's why I was reading this Isaiah. Hey, eventually the mirth and the tabrets is going to cease. All the partying and the bullshit is going to stop, man. And it's going to be Jacob's trouble. The times that we've been warning you about. All hell breaking loose. And then where you going to be? Then what you going to do? All right? And ain't nothing's going to comfort you in that day. You think you're going to smoke out the pound? That ain't going to help you. You know? Doing whatever pleases you, drinking out the bottle, that ain't even going to please you, man. Ain't nothing's going to stop ain't nothing going to stop the anguish and the perplexity that the Lord's going to bring upon this place and upon 2/3 of our people when it's finally here, man. It says, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Yeah, you're going to be trying to drink your problems away, all hell breaking loose. You're going to just get the bottle and just try to bloop, 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 bloop. Thinking it's going to, ease your pain. It's going to take, ease the, you're going to drink your way out of the harsh reality that you're having to live in, but it's going to be bitter unto you, man. It's not going to solve any problem. It's not going to make anything better. It's just going to bring more and more sorrow and more anguish upon you, man. It says, the city of confusion is broken down. That's Babylon the Great, America. This place is going to be broken down, man. It says, every house is shut up that no man may come in. There is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And the city is left desolation. And the gate is smitten with destruction. See? Thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there shall be as the shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning grapes when the vintage is done. They shall lift up their voice, they shall sing for the majesty of Yahweh, they shall cry aloud from the sea. Well, that's what the elect are going to be doing. And we're going to be glorifying Yahweh Bashem Yahushua in the fires when all hell is breaking loose, because we ultimately know what that's signifying. But the majority of our people, hey, you're going to be crying, and you're going to be sorrowful, man. You're going to be wanting answers. You're going to want some type of comfort. You're going to want some type of peace. But there ain't no peace coming unto you, man. And guess what? Like I told you in Proverbs, the Lord's going to mock when your destruction coming. And He's going to mock when you're being tormented and you're out here crying and wailing and gnashing of teeth, man. All right? Because we've been out here telling you that these times is coming, and now they're here. Now they're coming, man. And a lot of you, Jake, have been bullshitting, man. All right? The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 13. It says, now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. You see, that's what we've been telling our people, man. To repent, return to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, man. Get your house in order, man. Come to the realization of what's really about to take place in this world and here in Babylon the Great, man. Prepare yourself for Jacob's trouble. Prepare yourself to be as pilgrims. Prepare yourself for, this comfortability that we have had here in Babylon the Great to be taken away from you, man. All right? It's not going to be the easy. Got that commercial, the easy button. You just press the easy button. That's what life been here in Babylon the Great for the most part. Now, of course, we catch hell. We're dealing with certain situations, but it's not as bad as living in one of these third world countries, man. Where you gotta, pretty much here, man. Look, you turn your faucet on, you got hot and cold water, man. All right, you got a couple of dollars, you can go get you something to eat, man. All right, this is America still, where Jake eat meat damn near every fucking day. Like the average poor Jake here, compared to a poor person in third world country, you living like a king, man. All right, but all that is about to cease. All that is about to come to an end, man. It ain't gonna be the easy button anymore. It's gonna be some serious and difficult times, man. And if you ain't got your house in order and you ain't right with Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, He's going to turn you over to all of these pestilence, famine, and death, perplexity, and hard times that are coming, man. All right? It says, let go from thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of men, put off now the weak nature. And that's what we have been spiritually being prepared for right now. But like I said, the majority of these Americans and 2/3 of our people, they ain't preparing their minds for this, man. They're in their mind, they think America's going to continue to go on the way it's been going on. They don't think it's not going to stop. They don't think the bad times that were prophesied about are ever going to pass here. That's why they don't take it serious. That's why they're not walking or fearing Yahweh Bashem Yahushua or getting their house in order. That's why their house is going to be totally kicked in and turned upside down. It says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste to flee from these times, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. You see? So only greater and more greater evils are coming. Like I said, ultimately a time of Jacob's trouble, man. You think it's bad now, you think this shit that you see is bad, and we ain't seen nothing yet, man. Remember, we're about to live in a time, let me get that real fast, man. Let me show you how bad it's going to get out here. But again, Jake is out here BSing, man. Jake think everything is a game, man. You know, Jake got to take this message serious. Because Yahweh Shai is serious, and his judgment is serious, and the times we're coming into is serious. This is Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, that great prince withstandeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. See? That's why I just read that Ezra 14. You got to get your house in order, man. You got to let go of these mortal thoughts. You got to let go of Babylon the Great, America. Like that movie said, leave the world behind, man. And those of us who are in this truth, we've been to let this world behind, man. We've been said to hell with this place, man. We've been looking past Babylon the Great for years now, man, and we're looking towards the kingdom to come. But it comes with a certain mind frame, with a certain mentality, man. You have to know that, look, this ain't finna go on forever, and this place is about to completely change this year, Lord willing, man. All right, the America that you knew is about to drastically change just like that, man. And you know, a lot of people, they can't really cope with spontaneous change like that. Why do you think during the pandemic and in the midst of it, so many suicide went through the roof? Mental health numbers skyrocketed. People got more on prescription drugs, more mass shooter, more suicide, more bizarre murders, man. All type of shit happened because people ain't ready to cope with such drastic change. And that was just a hiccup. Wait till this shit that they have prescribed to come is going to come, man. People are going to really bug out and lose their minds, man. But we want to be comforted with the words of prophecy, and we want to be sane and in the spirit of Yahweh Shai to be comforted and to be balanced and to be sane when all hell breaks loose out here, man. To be able to think clearly, not to bug out, not to lose it, you know, but to be comforted and guided through the spirit of Yahweh Shai through the midst of it all. All right, and the majority of these people out here, they're gonna bug out, especially you women, man. You women really gonna bug out. And all you proud ass women, all you feminists, you all gonna jump out of that, and you're gonna jump out of that goddamn feminist spirit so goddamn fast, your wig gonna fall off when the time of Jacob's trouble comes. When you know, when this society that has protected you and given you, you know, the comfort, all this pussy begging and this queen of heaven worship, all these options and suckers and simps, when all that shit go out the window, all you women who are proud and you're feminists and you think you're the prize, and you're gonna jump out of that spirit so goddamn fast, your wig gonna fall off, man. And you're gonna be begging and pleading and try to find a man in that day. All you, I don't need a man, I'm making my own money. Look, when that money and this system that's been propping you up totally collapsed, and Esau pulls that rug from under you, you all gonna be out here begging and pleading and on your knees screaming, begging please for a man. All right? And guess what? A lot of you are going to get straight dissed. A lot of you are going to get raped to death. A lot of you are going to fall on very bad and hard times, man, with no help, and ain't nobody coming to your assistance, man. And you brought it all upon yourself with your pride, man. So you better humble down and repent. And those of you sisters who are in this truth, you know what's up, it don't apply to you. But they say, if it don't apply, let it fly. All right? But if it fit, then let it stick, goddammit. It says, for look how much the world shall be weaker through age, so much more shall evil increase upon them that dwell therein. For the truth is fled far away, and leasing is hard at hand. For now hasteth the vision to come, which thou hast seen. See? It's like I read in Ezekiel. Now it's time for every vision to be fulfilled, man. And that Jacob's trouble is about to be fulfilled. All right? And we've been telling you Jake's this, man. Let me get this Jeremiah 51. Because America's about to be overran. This place is about to be invaded, man. You got all type of Chinese nationals, and you had that one dude, I forget what his name was, but he literally is a goddamn Iranian terrorist, man. He was like, oh, you don't know who I am? You're going to learn who I am. And they still let that nigga pass into this country. And then you got a lot of those people crossing the border, they call them getaways. A lot of them that just got away, they don't even know where the hell they at, man. Ain't no telling where the hell they at, what they doing, you know? They're unaccounted for. And the ones that they did let cross the border, they told them, oh, we'll give you a court date in like 10 years from now. Like they're really gonna show up to that shit, man. So y'all better see what the hell is really happening out here, man. All right. This is Isaiah chapter 51, verse 12. Oh, Salaki. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 12. It says, set up the standard upon the walls of Babylon, make the watch strong, set up the watchmen, prepare the ambushes. For Yahweh have both devised and done that which he spake against the inhabitants of Babylon. See? We've been out here telling you. Prepare the ambushes. You know? And this place is being ambushed. Now we know it's talking about eventually war, but that situation happened there over in the border. That's an ambush, man. It says, O thou that dwellest upon many waters, abundant in treasures, thine end is come, and the measure of thy covenants. And that's talking about America. It's sitting upon many waters. It's talking about how it sits upon authority and power over all these different people and these different nations. It says, Yahweh of hosts have sworn by himself, saying, surely I will fill thee with men, as with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. And we see that happening. All those Chinese nationals, a lot of those Iranians, you know, terrorist groups, a lot of those MS-13 gang members, which a lot of them are being funded by the government. They're all crossing the border, man. They're all being paid buku amounts of money to do child sex trafficking, you know, to bring in the fentanyl, to bring in all type of drugs and guns and shit over here. And they're also letting them come in here to stage certain so-called terrorist attacks, man. You know? And it's going to happen, man. And this place is going to be invaded like caterpillars, man. It says what? And I will fill thee with caterpillars, and they shall lift up a shout against thee. And a lot of them coming over here, they hate America, man. And they hate you Americans because you lived a privileged life while they've been living a shitty life in the third world country. Now they're coming in here, they're looking at you people, they're seeing you, you know, finally getting a good look at you, and they're seeing how proud you are, how entitled you are, how good you have it. You know, and they looking and they plotting and they scheming, man. They licking their chops. You see, they looking at a lot of you American women, they're seeing how big of whores and sluts you are. You know how you out here half dressed, half naked? Hey, they licking their chops, man. And they know eventually it's going to be a green light where they're going to be able to just do and take whatever they want to take, man. All right? And it's going to be a lot of graping, man, like I said. A lot of ravishing, man. A lot of just, you know, invading one another. Nobody's having pity on anybody, man. It says, he that made the earth by his power, he hath established the world by his wisdom, and hath stretched out the heaven by his understanding. You see? And that's what's coming. This place is going to be, the ambushes are being set up, and this place is going to be filled with all these different individuals, man. Sleeper cells, you know? A lot of foreign troops. You see? And if you ain't, in the, you know, got the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai with you, hey, man, good luck, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 9, verse 4. It says, and Yahweh said unto him, go through the midst of the city, through the midst of Jerusalem, and set a mark upon the foreheads of the men that sigh and that cry for all the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. And that's the elect, the prophets, man. We're the ones out here sighing and crying. We're the ones that hopefully we have that mark of exemption from judgment, man. And when all these things happen, we're going to be pardoned, man. We're going to be forgiven. We're going to be on the right side of the judgment of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai in that day. Like I said, during the time of Jacob's trouble is when a lot of Jacob's going to reach that. They're going to, you know, they're going to be slain out here, man. It says, and to the others he said in my hearing, go you after him through the city and smite. So those that don't have that mark of exemption, that don't have that the wall, that protection from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, the Lord said, go through and smite, man. And the word smite means to kill. All right? And in whichever way the Lord has it set up, you see? It says, go through the midst of the city, through the, oh, so like it says, and the others he said in my hearing, go you after him through the city and smite. Let not your eyes spare, neither have ye pity. Hey, Lord, we're going to have that, those death angels, man, those spirits created for vengeance inside of these different individuals to get who the Lord wants to get got. It says, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children and women. So the Lord, he said to get them all, man. Old, young, maids, little children, you know. The Lord said, go through and smite, man. And that's going to be the judgment of Yahweh Shem Yahushai out here pretty soon, man. The Lord ain't going to, he ain't no respect of a person. He ain't going to give a damn, man. If you're a little young, wicked demon, hey, the Lord's going to slay you. If you're an old demon, the Lord's going to slay you, man. This is why we constantly push the fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai and getting your house in order and doing the will of the Lord. Because, hey, when this judgment comes, it's coming exactly like that, man. And remember, it tells you those spirits created for vengeance, they don't disobey the Most High's words, man. If the Lord has that you don't have that the wall when it's time for them angels to come through, you through, man. You see? It says, any man upon whom is the mark, and began at my sanctuary, then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. Did that skip a verse? Oh, he says, slay utterly old and young, both maids and little children, and women, and women. And remember, there's more women than there are men. And a lot of you Israelite women, oh man, you're gonna be, man, y'all gonna get it real bad. All of your pride and your wickedness. You saw all these women talking shit, the disgruntled, what is it, the disgruntled baby mama. All these women out here just using men and abusing men. You know, you got all these options, all these choices, all you feminists, all you proud ass women out here, man. It's a lot of you too. You think your shit don't stink, you know? You don't want men to talk to you or even acknowledge you. You think you better than men. Hey, a lot of you are going to be utterly wasted out here, man. All right? And it says, but come not near any man upon whom is the mark, and began at my sanctuary. Then they began at the ancient men which were before the house. See? That's what's about to take place out here, man. A whole lot of slander and a whole lot of judgment is about to take place out here, man. All right? But the elect are going to be delivered. The elect are going to be protected. That's why I said, come not near upon any man whom is the mark. And that word for mark in that, Ezekiel 9:4, the word is tawah, which means exemption from judgment. All right? And this is Job chapter 5, verse... this is Job 5:17. Behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth. Therefore despise thou not the chastening of the Almighty, for he maketh sore and bindeth up. He wounded and his hands make whole. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. See, this is how the elect were hoping to be Ezekiel 9:4, man, like I just read. It says, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. And we know that evil is coming. These bad times are coming. But the elect, he said, no evil is going to touch thee. It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. You see? So the elect, you don't have to worry about being shot down or blown away when martial law takes place, when Jacob's trouble is out here. The Lord says he's going to deliver his elect from famine and war and from the sword. It says, it's going to be crazy, man. The Lord's going to be showing the elect a lot of miracles, man. You're going to be out here in the midst of Jacob's trouble. You might have to be out here, on your pilgrimage moving. You're just going to see people just getting just blown away. Boom, boom, boom. But you're going to be we're going to just make a way for you to go, man. Hey, when those spirits out here, those death angels out here working, they ain't going to come near you, man. They're going to pass right by you. It's like that one movie called The Frighteners. I don't know if brothers ever seen it, with Michael J. Fox, where he could see spirits and shit, but it was this one spirit of this murderer, and before any of those people would get killed, he would see a number on their forehead, and it was like the number of the murderers that spirit would kill. And whenever he would talk to somebody, he'd see that number pop up on their head. He knew that death angel was coming, and it would come and it would like kill him. But it's going to be like that in a righteous sense, though. Those that have that the wall, the angels are going to see that mark on your head, the spiritual mark. Oh no, that's the part of the Lord's elect. He's not going to be touched. He's not going to worry about coming near him. Everybody else is going to be getting it, but you're just going to be able to maneuver through. The Lord's going to be making miraculous deliverances for his elect, man. And the Lord willing, we're part of that number. It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. Thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. See? Hey, when Esau give the order, get them goddamn Hebrew Israelites. Hey, a lot of these banner camps, a lot of these logo camps, a lot of y'all, hey, we're gonna be Lord gonna have Esau get y'all, and we're gonna be you're gonna get y'all, we're gonna be sliding out the back door, man. Y'all gonna be kind of like a shield for us to maneuver, when they all here running up and getting y'all. Since you want to be so PC, you want to be so mainstream, you want to link your ministry to this goddamn government. Hey, you're gonna be the first ones he's gonna get when he gives the light to go get them black Hebrew Israelites. All you logo camps, hey, y'all gonna be the first one on the chopping block, man. Cause you ain't got no business linking yourself with this goddamn government or linking this ministry to the 501c3. It says, at destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, Neither shall thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Hey, to tell you that the Lord said He has 4 kinds. The beast of terror. Hey, a lot of these people, they're gonna get torn up by these wild beasts out here in the midst, man. Hey, remember, when there's a lot of blood and a lot of dead bodies out here, hey, animals, bears, coyotes, wolves, dogs, they're gonna be out here feasting, man. And once they get a taste of that blood, they're gonna be in that spirit of, the Lord gonna turn the spirit upon these animals to just attack motherfuckers, man. If you want the Lord's shit list, hey, the Lord, if the Lord has you slated for that 4th kind, for the beast of terror, that animal gonna tear into your ass, man. All these pit bulls these people own, when all hell breaks loose and they're just out here running amok in the streets, hey, they're gonna be hungry, man. And the Lord can put the spirit of vengeance on anything. Remember, it tells you He can put the spirit on wild animals out here, man. On the birds, on bears. Shit, your own damn dog, the Lord can put the spirit on him to tear you a new one, man. See? It says, for thou shalt be in league with the beasts of the earth, for thou shalt be in league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee, and thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation, and shalt not sin. See? So we won't be in good standings in the midst of all these things, man. But you women out here, forget about it, man. And that's when y'all really gonna be on the men of the Lord tip, is when all hell break loose out here. Like I said, when this society crumbles, and it's just it goes back to how it always was, where a man was a protector. You women are gonna be begging the men of the Lord to take you in. You're gonna be begging the men of the Lord to take you. You can have me, please take me. A lot of you gonna get straight dissed, man. All you fake BBL. And to show you how delusional these broads are, I saw a video one of the brothers posted, and it was asking these women, so what do you think a man likes, a natural body or a BBL? And all them dumb broads, all black nigga women, was like, oh, a BBL, oh, a BBL. And you know why they all saying the BBL? Because they all want BBLs, man. Because they hate themselves, man. They want to cut on and augment and change their bodies because that's monkey see, monkey do. That's the fad right now. And they think all men want is a fake tits and fake ass, man. That shit don't even look good. Don't no real man want that shit. All right? And then they ask all the men, what would you rather have, a woman that's natural or a BBL? And all the men say, I'd rather have the natural booty, man. Which shows you that women don't know what the hell men want. And these women are just totally disconnected from reality, man. And that's why when all hell breaks loose, hey, a lot of you women, man, the majority of you ain't gonna make it, especially you so-called black women, you B-dubs. A lot of you are gonna be totally destroyed during the time of Jacob's trouble, man. It's a great judgment coming towards a lot of you proud-ass women out here, man. Like I said, you're gonna be begging for the men of the Lord now. Hey, just like right now, how these women have all the options, they have all these, dating apps, all these, they got a nigga to take them to go drink, a nigga to take them to happy hour, a nigga to pay their bills, a nigga to take them shopping, the random Joe Schmo that they have sex with. Hey, in that day, the men of the Lord, we're gonna have all the options, man. We're gonna be out here with our shoes and shoes on, man. And a lot of you women, you ain't gonna get chose, man. All right, a lot of you gonna just get straight dissed, and you're gonna be out here begging the men of the Lord to take you in, man. But guess what? We ain't gonna take you, all right? And all you goddamn feminist Israelites talking about, oh, you ain't gonna have 100 wives. You're gonna have one wife in the kingdom. Yeah, shut the hell up, man. All right? You're gonna be on that day. You're gonna be wishing we choose you, and we're gonna have 4 or 5 others, man. If the Lord allow, man. Let me get this last one. I'm gonna close it. All right. This is a remnant prepare. Isaiah 4:1. It says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. And this is this is when all that feminism and all this pride gets sucked out of this place, man. When all hell breaks loose and you realize that the comfort and the luxury of being rebellious and all the liberty that you had here in America is over with, that's when you're gonna come to your senses, man. That's when you're gonna really be out here trying to get yourself in order, try to sit tight and get right. You're gonna shut your damn mouth, shut your pie hole. Then you're gonna want to try to be in order, man. But like I said, a lot of you, it's gonna be too late, man. A lot of you, through the spirit, you're going to get straight dissed. You're going to get dismissed out here, man. All right? It says, only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach. All right? Let me read this in a different translation. I'll show you something here. I don't think I have that other translation I wanted there. Let me see something. This is in the CSB. It says Isaiah 4:1. On that day, 7 women will seize one man, saying, "We will eat our own bread and provide our own clothing, Just let us bear your name and take away our disgrace. It's another translation. I forgot where it was. One of the other brothers read it, man. It literally said, let us bear your, get us pregnant, man, to take away our reproach, man. You see? And this is going to happen on this side. This is going to happen during here in Babylon the Great, man. Yeah, we know we're going to get as many women as we want in the kingdom, but this is going to take place when all hell breaks loose here in Babylon the Great, man. But guess what? Those of you that ain't right, those of you who just demons and you ain't work for them, you're going to be distant that day, man. But you women are going to be out here begging and pleading and pulling on the garment of the men of the Lord when all hell breaks loose in the time to come, whether you want to accept it or believe it or not, man. You know, and that's why, hey, the Lord's about to set everything back in order. That's why America needs to be destroyed. That's why all this chaos needs to happen so that things can go back to its proper order, man. And you women, you're going to bow down and you're going to get in your place, man. You're going to shut your damn mouth and you're going to put some goddamn clothes on, man. So I'm going to close it there. Got to get ready to go to slavery, man. So Lord willing, it's edifying. I'm going to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren, teaching his word on sincerity and truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. To the next one, shalom.